All right, people, we're heading out on an adventure today. That's why it has Adventures in Rust in the name. Because a lot of what I'm doing, not only is play with the cars, but go and get them. And I go and get them in some kind of odd places. I live in Southern California, and my range is something like mid-Arizona I'm willing to do. Obviously, I went to Canada for the one from Carl Fisher. So I'm willing to run out and go. And that's why we got this new truck, because my old truck was no longer up to the missions, man. But I am heading out right now today to go pick up what I believe is a 31 Chevy Coupe that's been turned into a truck, which is one of my favorite things because it's just got so much history to it. You know, they call them depression cars, war cars, whatever, but they supposedly you got more fuel rationed to you during World War II if you had a pickup truck. So people would cut the back off their car and say, hey, that's a pickup truck. I also think it's things like, you know, just financially, cars were plentiful, trucks weren't. So, you know, you'd find some old cruddy car, cut the back off of it, you've got a truck, you're a business. My grandpa had a story he always said about, you know, he got one in Ohio back in the day, and it was like a Buick or an Oldsmobile or something that had been cut off, turned into a truck, and he used it as a fruit stand. So, you know, one of those good old like bootstrap stories of the old days when that kind of thing was truly possible. But he'd go in farmer's market, buy everything, and then drive around the neighborhood selling fruits and vegetables to people. So that's why these cars, I think, have a little spot in my heart, is they're just genuinely cool and part of Americana. Not to say I'll leave it as that. I might convert it back to a coupe. I think it comes with rear quarters to repair the quarters that are damaged. So we'll see. Anyway, join me for this drive. The drive I'll make quick, but we are going through like up to Barstow, through Mojave or something, and then maybe on the way back I'm going to hit some like kind of cool old Route 66 stuff. So hang in there, guys. This will be a fun little drive. All right, because of a little navigation error, we're going the back way on the way there and maybe the freeway on the way home. Either way is fine. They're both like within 5 minutes of each other. This is 30 miles shorter. It's just lower speed, so I figured on the way home, I'd just cruise lower speed with a full loaded trailer. But instead, back way on the way there, which is kind of cool because we'll see some stuff definitely during the daylight, and then flip it around and either come the same way back or the other way back. This is the famous Roy's Motel Cafe. It's just like a old gas station, cafe, and motel that existed along Route 66 here. There's something left of it. There's not a whole bunch of. All right, I got to get back on the road because I'm running late. This is a long day. But anyway, that's just a cool little pit stop there. What a drive this is, man. To get out here to Roy's, you go through Morongo Valley, Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, 29 Palms, all the famous desert locations by me, and then you end up in the Mojave Desert, which is where we are when we're driving on that 6-mile dirt road. That road was pretty well graded, and it just kept going and going and going. And then when we finally got to the ranch, which is a 40-acre ranch in this little one parcel here, and like a 400,000 acre land lease where they run some cattle. We got to meet the owner of the ranch real quick and a couple of the family members who were going to come out and help me load the cars up for the day. And then here we are, we're pulling up. Check out all the old iron we got here. It's pretty awesome. Some of these cars have been here since the early 1900s. We have pictures from the 50s with the cowboy truck that we're picking up here, working on the ranch still in like the 50s, early 60s. There's a story about this 67 Cougar coming to the ranch. It's just a pretty cool setup here, and the 1940 Chevy. Hopefully I'll get all that in here. But it's just great history, and that's the kind of thing that I love. Well, that was fun. Once again, without a forklift, or in this case, a skid steer, that's a mini jib. We would have been fucked, huh? We would have been high and dry. That thing, every wheel is frozen. Actually, the front spins. The rest are frozen and turned. Dude, this guy's got the glass bottle in it still for oil. Check that out. Can't really make it out. Zero lean valve oil. That's pretty cool, this old guy. So you see, it's a coupe. It would have been a 5-window coupe turned into a pickup truck. Got some MIG wire weld in there, I think, or some good guy with a stick. That's some nastiness. But she's cool, and she's coming home with us. And then hopefully I'll come back and get the others, as there's a couple bucks sitting in this yard. It's a heck of a drive, but you know, I'm a Cougar guy. One of my high school cars, 67 Mercury Cougar. The 68 over here doesn't appear to have any real rot. I mean, this is high and dry desert country. It's just got, you know, a rat's nest. Was it an XR7? It looks like it was an XR7, yeah. That's cool. That's what mine was. Or at least that's an XR7 dash. It doesn't have the overhead console. Mine's 67, maybe 68 didn't have that, but that thing's pretty sweet. And then I definitely want this 40. Master Deluxe. It's dented. No real rot. Dent again. Here, go inside that way. Obviously, it's a rat's nest in there. There, I unlocked it. It's still unopened. But he's got the full dash. All garbage, but so cool. So we'll try to get this guy too. Inline 6, rat's nest. Look at that old Allstate battery. Oh, hood ornament alone. Look at that beauty. Yeah, I'll be back. Give me a couple days. And then 2 piles back there. And this guy, nice pickup. I think it's a Chevy too. Yep, these people were Chevy people. Oh, and she's got the hood. Just 1 ton. Probably take this and just cut her right there. Bring home the front of it. That's a lot of driving, man. But it may be worth it. It may be worth it. Alright, back whatever it is. These 2 piles back here. Got a deck lid. That, I think, is the roof, the rear of the roof to that car. This car is pretty much just a cowl, and I don't know the make. I'm assuming Chevy, because everything else in this yard is a Chevy, but it has no badging, no nothing. So maybe somebody else knows. But maybe it could be a Woody or something, because all it's got is a cowl. And then this is a Chevy, like the one we're taking, but a little bit earlier, I think, because it's got a square fender. So, who knows? But I'm going to take it just in case I can use that, because I think that's the deck lid over there too. You guys got a lot of sun. And make that guy right. It's got some bullet holes and stuff in it, but it'll be perfect. Anyway, that's that. I'll be back. I think she's ready. I think it's cool. I really hope I can come back for the other ones. I got to call the lady and make a deal. Although it's a long drive, it's worth it for both of those. I'd love that truck, Dad. I'm a sick man. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, I just got off the phone with the lady. It looks like I'm coming back 2 more times. Not the big truck, because somebody else already paid for that one. But I'm going to get the 40 Chevy 2-door sedan and the 68 Mercury Cougar XR7. Super cool. I like both those cars. Probably won't build either one, but I'll clean them up and sell them. And make the driving worth its while. This ugly old girl, who knows? I'll probably keep that one. I've got issues, man. Anyway, the 40 would be cool to keep, or 41, or whatever that Chevy is. Because it's just a cool car. But I don't think my wife's gonna let me, so maybe we'll make that a project, you know, like we're gonna fix it and then we can fix it and then sell it. But at least then we got to get it running, driving, all that fun stuff, because it's just too cool a car to not be involved with. I've driven by there, the Motel Roy's, or whatever it is. Roy's? Yeah, Roy's. A bunch. And never realized there was a little, like, shop, gift shop, or whatever you want to call that. Convenient thing. I got a Roy's beanie. It's too warm right now to wear it, but I got it. I'm gonna get a Dr. Pepper, because I'm set. But, like, how cool. So if you're out this way, driving through the middle of nowhere, and you happen across Roy's, you should come in and spend some money, buy some shit, and support these little business. Alright. We have smell-o-vision right now, man. You guys would know that I am driving by a bunch of dairy farms, and it smells disgusting. I mean, gross. Alright, that's it. I just wanted you to have that sensory experience with me. Well, guys, that was a nice little adventure. We've got the golf cart casting light onto us here. 30-ish Chevy car truck. 5-window coupe. I'm happy I got it. We're going to see what it becomes. I don't think anybody else is going to want it more than I do, so I think it's my car. But I'm super stoked on it. I just met a cool dude, Josiah, I believe your name is. Met you in Yucca Valley, and he started up a conversation with me about the car. It's good to have some dude who's like relatively young, getting into it. He's got a few cars of his own that are pretty awesome. Some cool Impalas and stuff. But yeah, it's just good to meet people out in the world. What's up, dude? But I'm home. The car's here. Tomorrow in the light, maybe we'll do a quick walk around, and then we'll I'm gonna park it up by a chicken coop, and it's just gonna hang out there for a while. Alright, we're unloading this beast. Man, it's sunny back there, huh? Had to push it forward a hair to get this front cable off. Well, we now have 2 crescent wrenches to put in the truck. Sorry, I'm low energy today, aren't I? Woo-wee! Pump this up. No, this is it. Eat a low energy guy today. Stick with me. Well, let's see what we did here. Looks like we just busted that bumper bolt off, which is fine. Yeah, over here is all fine. Alright. That's unfortunate, but when you're playing by yourself, man, shit gets weird. I need like 10 helpers and more motivation and some like just chill pills or something. And I don't know what else. Anyway, we're good. Woohoo, there's your first look inside the cowboy truck. Alright, let's hope there's an old Winchester back here. I'm 41 long. Down this car, just looking at it. Talking about how it's on a cowboy ranch, blah, 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 blah. And then I look under it and there's a bunch of screws that have shaken off on the drive home. But there's also this. Can you see that? That is a Western 41 long, okay? They don't make a 41 long anymore. Holy crap, people. That is some cool stuff. A little bullet from the old days. Anyway, I had to record that because that's so cool. My ranch truck is a legit ranch truck. Maybe a nice cowboy colt sitting in there. One cool truck, man. Car truck, all that shit was banned. All that shit's gone, banned, missing. It don't matter, it's still riding. All right, I'm gonna pick up a bunch of screws on here so I don't ruin a bunch of people's day. On the road again, folks. This video is a whole bunch of driving, but I'm not gonna put any, no, maybe I'll put some drive, I don't know. Here's my deal. I'm going out to pick up another car from the desert. The Cowboy Ranch has that 1940 Chevy I'm gonna go grab. It's like a Master Deluxe or something. It's a nice car. I mean, it's beat to shit and it's been sitting in the desert for decades, but it's nice. Anyway, I'm gonna try to do that like time travel thing. Hopefully it works for both of us, you know? Just fucking, oh, a little disorienting, but I'm in the desert. That's pretty sweet. Got surprise news. Rob here, actually just driven in this car. You used to go to school with your brother in the car?
My three brothers and my sister. My older brother, he'd drive us down 6 miles to where the pavement is and the bus would be there. And we'd all catch the bus, go to school, come back that afternoon, get in our car and come home.
So he just, every day this was your ride to school, yeah, essentially. You go down to the bus stop, your brother would drop you off, older brother.
All of us would get on the bus and go.
Oh, yeah. And leave the car down there just waiting?
Yeah, just
How
waiting.
old was he driving you down there?
He was probably 13, 12. 14.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was still too young to actually drive.
Well, out here,
nobody's going to question a thing.
No, when I was in the 5th grade, I used to drive 23 miles to Essex to catch the bus.
All right.
I'd leave my car on this side of 66.
In 5th grade?
Yeah, in the 5th grade. And then take the bus to Needles, go to school, come back that afternoon, get in my car, and come home.
Drive home.
And then I had to milk the cow and feed the chickens.
That's amazing. So the car that was here, do you have any history on that?
My dad, I've got old pictures of that with that car in it.
Yeah.
Of my family. But it was just a ranch truck right here.
Yeah. I would kill for those pictures. So just a picture of a picture would be amazing.
Okay. I'll see if we can.
Because that I could keep them with it forever, and it'll always have a good history then.
Yeah.
And you say the Cougar you used to drive?
Yeah, I drove it from Long Beach up to here, and the old guy that had it, like I say, he just never did anything with it, and he just kind of let it go, and he passed away.
And he was here on the ranch?
Yeah, he stayed here. He was in transit from here to Arizona. He was moving, so I helped him move it up here, and he had a couple other vehicles, but it ran beautiful. Everything's still on it.
Yeah.
You know.
Just one day it just stopped being the driver and then sat.
He just quit. He had a pickup and just never drove it again.
Well, thank you for filling me in on the history, because honestly all three of these it's gonna stay with them.
Okay.
You know, and that's gonna mean something to the next guy to say, hey, this thing was literally sitting out here since '67.
Yep.
You know, and to know that makes it just that much more special. So that's really cool, man. I appreciate that, Rob.
Yeah. So you gonna be able to get it on there?
I'm hoping. I'm always optimistic, man. That's the only way I can continue through my day, is to stay positive. You guys see my farm dog over there? Look at that, just hanging out with me. Probably make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. Work for the man. That's all right. That's all right. I wouldn't trust me either. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get some panels off of this guy today. Can you guys see anything? Or are we just looking in the sun? There we go. I'm gonna see what I can take off of this thing. Look at that step. It was definitely a rumble seat car. That step into the back. All right, guys, that's all I'm going to be able to get off those two today. Unfortunately, even if I unbolt a lot of stuff, the whole rear section is still bolted on pretty firm. So instead of fighting that, I'll come back next time, put this chassis on, put some blocking in there, set that chassis on top of it, good to go. I think I can cut just those rear fenders off. They were in wood, so they only bolt to the running boards. So even if I do a little choppy chop, we can redo that later. But yeah, that's those two. This was epic. It is most certainly a wood-sided truck, van. Here it has this side panel, which would have gone on there, and it says free estimates, phone, and then God knows what that number is, 1107G. But that, you could tell, used to be right there. You got in. I mean, that is a cool car. So I'm happy that we're gonna get that and yard art it or make it something cool. But it would, we could rebuild a whole wood body for that, and it would be amazing, and it would be legit. So anyway, just thought that was cool. I'd share that guy with you. And once again, the 30 something Chevy. I gotta grab my tools because I am not taking them. I'm not leaving them here because I still got work to do at home. But I'm gonna try to unload this today, tomorrow, midday. I got Kurt's surgery tomorrow. Yeah, Kurt's going in for surgery. And then Wednesday, maybe this is Monday. Maybe Wednesday we'll be back out here if they're available, and we'll see what else we can grab. And then I'll come back one more time for the Cougar, which hopefully already has a home with a buddy of mine. But that's up to him. He's got to make up his mind. I think we all should own a Cougar. I own one. You should own one. We should all own one. But I was happy to talk to Rob here today. How cool is that, to get a history on these cars? Maybe I'll put a general map dot of where I am, and you can see where these guys are out in California desert, their entire existence. I mean, that's so cool. So anyway, or majority of their existence. He rode to school in this, down the dirt road with his 12-year-old brother driving it. I mean, that kind of thing is just like folklore to us now. Well, us like me, city folk. Yeah, city folk, I got a couple acres, but you know, I don't live in a rural area where you could get away with that. I rode my mini bike around and I got chased by the cops. So you just got to face the reality of the day we live in. Anyway, I'm gonna tie this puppy down and get back on the road. This is a piece of the clear that went in that hood ornament. Check this thing out, man. The hood ornament alone, worth this car. I mean, so damn cool. I apologize for the orange thing, but look at her. And then she had this in the back, all the way along as a fin. Chevrolet. This is the Master Deluxe. This was everything. Oh, look, it even had a spotlight at one point. How cool, man. How cool. All right, I'm gonna keep backing up here. I'm beat. It's on the trailer. I'm going home the fast way. I don't know about you guys. That was actually pretty quick. Whew. Oh, I'm still tired, but I'm home. You can tell that because you can see absolutely nothing behind me. But you can see this pretty cool 40. That thing's rad, man. All right, lighting sucks. I'm going to bed. Well, I'm unhooking, unloading my bed of my truck. Then I'm going in. Because I gotta go take Kurt for surgery at like 5 a.m. tomorrow. Oh, what fun. Alright, guys. Keep on this. It'll be like... Oh, Dad was supposed to get us tomorrow. Alright, guys. We got this guy home. 1940, I believe. Master Deluxe Chevy. It is so filthy inside. I've had Bill working on it for a day and a half just to get the rat shit out of it. It was, you know, I hope I have a good video of it, 6 inches deep in there. But we're gonna salvage it. I mean, it's just been sitting in the desert, broken window, everything. I mean, it's fucking cool. Sorry to curse at you. Sorry, YouTube. Beautiful. Anyway, I'm headed back to the desert, guys. Take a second. I'm here. A little late. Oops. I guess I'm filming this after I was here. But I'm here, guys. I got here. Don't worry about me. I got here. guys thought, oh, look at that beanie. That's an interesting look. Here, I'll pull it down. Whew. All right. Now I'll say, you guys thought the crap stack of pallet from my video was bad. Check out my crap stack of trailer. That thing in the back is like I'm thinking 30, 29 Chevy. This one, unknown still to me, but a Woody, like a hack, a depot hack, which makes that, both of them, so cool to me. A 5-window coupe and a depot hack in one little score here for really no cash. I mean, they're missing a lot of parts. They were going to scrap. That's why this whole collection happened, guys. These people are out. You know, this is a ranch. This is a 40-acre parcel adjoins to a 400,000-acre government lease. So they, you know, they raise cattle. They do their thing back here. But that makes it so this is not their goal. And they're far enough out that I think most people aren't going to come out here. So these were going to go to the scrap heap when they moved. So instead, they're coming with me to my scrap heap. But they stand a chance, at least that way. If anybody needs them, reach out to me. These will be a minute before I touch them. But I'm going to finish tying them down so I can get on the road before it's pitch black dark out here. That is so much fun. See that hill up there? See all that stacked stone? This was a giant mill for a silver mine right over there in this little valley where there's about 5 people right now, maybe 10. And they're all on this ranch. There used to be 3,000 people. This is a little city with an operating silver mine and a mill. And that is pretty cool. We just drove on a little trip. He took me out. And we saw the old road going back there. It's pretty awesome. All right, guys, we're hitting the road. Hey, guys, welcome to the shit show. You say, where are you? I'm under my trailer right now. It's 9:15 at night. I've got 70, 80 miles left to go, but my running lights haven't worked all day. And I just realized that on my way home. So I drove 200 miles. Now I'm driving the other 200 back. I got a fuse finally because it's a micro fuse, not a ATM or whatever. And then it shorted out immediately almost. Like, oh, it works, then didn't work. So obviously there's a short. So I go into my trailer and look what I find. You see this right here? That's a broken leaf spring. It shattered itself. It's up there. This is where my wiring is. It's inside that protective sheathing, the piece of metal, and it's completely worn. Look at that. Sorry, I know it went sideways or something. But, oh crap, man. So I'm gonna zip tie this thing up, get it out of the way. I'm gonna drive 70 miles home at reasonable speeds. But I guess this is what off-roading your heavy-ass trailer will do. Now, and then driving. This thing's been to Canada and back. It's been to Arizona and back. It's been out in the middle of the desert about 100 times. Needs a new leaf spring. Thankfully, when I stopped at Roy's, I talked to the nice girl there. And I asked her for some tape. She said, I don't have tape, but I've got these big zip ties. And I asked her for 4, thinking I needed 4. I only used 2. I ended up with 2 extra. Alright, I'm kind of hoping I can put a new fuse in. I got a 25 amp, it's a 30 amp. Hopefully it won't blow. We'll see. You freaking hot people, this is the adventure. This is what it's about. I gotta tell you, it was fun as always. Check out where the fuse block is located on an F-250 from 2022. Not only does it take the micro fuse that they don't even sell at AutoZone. They had like a multi-pack, one tiny little multi-pack. But it's located back, you can't even see it. Hold on, I'll fast forward this. Okay, you see the battery, and then that's the fuse box. You have to reach in past this freaking battery with my giant mitts. I wish you guys could see how hard this is. I don't have little hands, man. This is really fun. Oh. Woohoo! We have all our little lights. I'll let you know how long those little lights last. They're on right now. They're only on because my lights are on, but they're gonna go right off. But the last time I did this, I made it like 30 feet. Turned out onto the street, they were on, and then looked back again and they were all off. So my hope is that by securing that up and kind of moving the metal that was rubbing it, that I'm gonna be able to get 60 miles or whatever I got left to get home with some lights. But, you know, I'll show you what I did. Because I literally was out in the desert. It's pitch black. And I'm like, no one can see me. My trailers, I tripped over my own trailer. It was so dark. So as a good Eagle Scout that I am, I had these stupid glow sticks with me. And I just taped them up on there and a little safety vest and drove back through the desert, and my brake lights work. Man, I didn't get hit. I got followed by a cop for a minute and he didn't pull me over, so whatever. All right, whew, on the road again. Well, I made it home, people, and that was one heck of a, see, I'll spin this way. That was a heck of an adventure. It's like 10:45 p.m. I'm supposed to be home at 8:39, but broken spring, bad wiring, what fun. Woo! Here, I'll turn my lights back on. It's the only way. Oh, what fun was that, man. Anyway, you can't really see them, can you? But depot hack and, 29 or so Chevy. All right, I'm going in. I'm going to bed. See you guys later. All right, people, that's the end of the video this week. We got the cowboy truck laid up here next to the chickenless chicken coop, just looking cool and hanging out in the very back of the yard here. But we're gonna do some more next week. We got a lot coming up. I've got to go back to the desert at least one more time because I have to pick up the 68 Cougar that's there. But we had Christmas and all this stuff that's been going on, and it's been raining and insane, and I've been doing home repairs, fixing my gates, doing all sorts of things that kind of came up because of the rain. You know how that goes. But yeah, I got the cowboy truck planted for now, and hopefully we'll get a bunch done next week on the Meteor and get it moving along a little quicker and on the road relatively soon. And I'd love to walk you guys through all the cars that I just picked up because I'm in love with these things. I mean, the cowboy truck is amazing in itself. We got the two like chassis with bodies. There's a 30-ish Chevy like this one that's mostly complete from like the firewall back. It's missing those pillars there and these roof panels, but it has a lot of the rest of it. It doesn't have the front end at all. And then we got the Woody, the like depot hack, and then the 40 Chevy that you already saw on here, the Master Deluxe. That thing is so cool. But Bill's been cleaning it out, and we got to get it completely empty, pressure washed and nice, and then probably just in storage for a bit or up for sale, one or the other. And then we got to drive out and get the 68. So all this stuff has to happen. There's a lot going on. This is not an easy game being a car person. You guys know that. There's a lot, and one is not enough. I need many. I think I have 30-ish. We'll do a walk one day and we'll count. All right, people. But yeah, cowboy truck, thanks for joining us. Thanks for, staying through my 2-minute blabber here. And we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.